Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day and good morning to everyone who watching this video. So today, me, Putra Alif Daniel Sharum, and my partner
Arif bin Azrafil.
So today, we want to present to you about how to handle the tools and equipment that include in our subject, landscape maintenance. So, let's go to the video. So, before we use the tools and equipment, we need to identify the function of each tools and equipment. So, for the tools that we call Hedge shears, the function is to shaping the bushes and trimming the shrubs. So, for
The second tool is the chainsaw. So the main function is just to cut down trees and cut small logs, and also the function as well to reshape the shrubs or bushes.
So right now, we jump to the how to operate each tool and equipment. So the first one is hedge shears. So the first thing, we must to be careful on how to operate this thing, because the top of the tools is too sharp and dangerous. So while using this tool, make sure there is no person behind your back or on the left or right you. So we need to always careful of how dangerous this tool. So how to operate it? So the first one, we need to find the part of the trees we want to reshape it, and then be careful on how the space between you and the trees. So when we cut the trees, we can find the exact and the perfect part, so it can cut and look nicely. So that is how you need to operate the hedge shears. Thank you.
So firstly, how do we operate this? Firstly is the PEP. Right now I have the essentials for operating the chainsaw is gloves, face mask, and footwear that is closed. Now we have ensured our safety. Let's move on to the chainsaw. So there are 4 parts we need to check, which is the sharpness of the chainsaw and the tension of the chains. Second is the petrol and engine oil. And we have to check the brake that works perfectly. And lastly, the most important is while cutting or before cutting, we need to ensure the safety of the surrounding from people and obstacles. Alright, after we have checked the chainsaw, now let's move on to how to start it. So first, place the chainsaw on the ground and put one hand on the handle and 1 feet on the rear handle. Now, the cord must be pulled until it starts, and let it warm up for a few seconds before starting cutting. Now, how do we operate this while preparing to cut it is you have to hold the chainsaw with 2 hands and keep a good balance, and cut it always below the waist or lower, never above the shoulders. After using the chainsaw, always turn the chainsaw off and let it cool down.
So right now, I want to explain how to maintain this tool, hedge shears, following by the best practice and safety, and we need to follow by safety hazard and risk. So how to maintain the hedge shears is by we need to cleaning after every use. We can use a stiff brush or dry cloth to remove dirt, leaf and organic matter. And for sticky sap or resin, use a rag dipped in rubbing alcohol or specialized resin solvent. This can prevent the blades from binding and stops the spread of hand disease. And then, we need to do a sharpening regularly. Sharpen when you notice crush or frayed branch edges rather than clean cuts. Use a medium coarse Bridgestone or mill file 200 to 600 grit. And finally, we need to lubricate this thing. So we need to apply a light coat or synthetic machine oil or mineral oil to the blades and pivots after cleaning. It can create a moisture barriers to prevent rust and reduce friction. Avoid using WD-40 for long-term lubrication as it is primarily a solvent.
So after you have cleaned, turn off the engine and let it cool off, we have to check the chain for sawdust or any debris, or at the body that has dust also. How to clean it is by using a brush. After that, you have to apply some lubricant on the chain to avoid rust.
So right now, we want to explain how to store the tools and equipment properly
in accordance with the manufacturer instructions.
So right now, how to store your hedges and chainsaw properly. So you need to store in dry well and ventilated area, like a shade or garage, to prevent corrosion. So for your hedge shears, use a blade cover or sheet to protect the edge and prevent accidental injury. And then hang tools off the floor to prevent moisture contact from the ground. Same for the chainsaw, you need to put it on the rack to prevent any accidental and to prevent this thing to become a danger in this room. Alright, that's all from us. Thank you very much.